Okay, good morning, everyone, and welcome to this week's edition of our weekly inspirational speaker series. And also, thank you for joining us today. My name is Karina, and I'm the community manager intern here at Bukit Vista. So it's my pleasure, and we are incredibly honored to have with us a remarkable guest speaker to our session, and also a true pioneer of in the field of renewable energy and sustainable technology, Mark Pop. Hi, Mark. How are you today?
Hey guys, good morning.
Hi. Mhm. So, guys, Mark is the visionary founder and director of Smart Energy Technology. So, let me text the bit. Ah. Also, Mark here is starting his career and in co-energy as policy analyst and also uh, carbon development and origination Asia Pac at Global Carbon Exchange. Also, for 2010 until now, he also has Clean Power Project Development and Finance at Asia Pac, Indonesian Clean Power Ventures, and also founder of the Smart Chiller System and Smart Energy Technology.
Good research. Nice, Karina.
Yeah. All right. Under his leadership, smart technology has been instrumental in integrating renewable energy solution, from solar panels and storage batteries to smart building system across Indonesia. And also his work spans across diverse regions, including West Sumatra, Jakarta, Central Java, East Java, Bali, and Nusa Tenggara Barat, setting new standards in energy efficiency and environmental stewardship. Now, today, Mark will share with us his insight on the future of renewable energy, the challenge and opportunities of expanding sustainable technology in diverse environments, and the role of innovation in driving the revolution forward. So, for now, Mark, can I ask like three questions that we have prepared before, touching on the challenge and innovation
Sure.
in renewable energy to you?
Go ahead.
Okay. The first question is about can you describe a pivotal challenge you face in Indonesia renewable energy landscape and how it influenced your current business strategy?
Right. Well, it's very simple. It's three letters. PLN. That is our primary challenge. Right. The problem in this country is that PLN, which is our power utility, is, as you have may have noticed, if you come from a different country, there's only one single utility for the whole country. Okay, that is not the usual way things are set up in markets, because whenever you have a monopolist, there's no competition, and the monopolist does as they please because we have no choice, right? So PLN is a state-owned entity, and the Indonesian state has set it up as a monopoly because, of course, electricity is a public good, is a strategic resource, if you will. So that's understandable. The problem is, however, that PLN is, through its market dominance, following only its own core interest because it has no other incentive, right? It has, as a result of that, created billions of dollars in state losses over decades and continues to do so. And it is not very friendly to independent power producers and also to renewable energy, right? And I will explain why. So, number one, of course, as a business entity, ELN does not like competition. So, any renewable energy power plant that you want to set up basically would produce electricity that ELN cannot sell from its own power plants. So, of course, there's very little influence in enabling competition. Right? Now, in many other countries, at the very least, you have the three branches of a power generation system split up. There is the generation itself, which is the power plants. There's the transmission of the power from the power plants to the consumers. And then there's the distribution, which is the sale of electricity to consumers. Normally, at the very least, the transmission is a separate entity, the retailing is a separate entity, and the generators are a separate entity. Again, in Indonesia, not only is PLN the only reseller of electricity, it is everything in one. Okay, so if I set up an independent power plant somewhere, maybe renewable energy or not, I have to deal with PLN because I have to use their wires to get it to my customers. I am not even allowed by law to sell electricity, even if I build my own wire. So, as a market monopoly, PLN has very, very little incentive to enable competition, may that be renewable or not. So, this is the big, big challenge. Um, how does it influence business strategy? Don't try to build an IPP. Very simple. In Indonesia, this is what I tried first for the first 5 years, I want to say. I have tried to build hydropower plants. I've tried to build waste to energy power plants. I've tried to build wind power plants. I've tried to build biomass power plants. And all have failed largely because yeah, whenever we had a interesting location with good resource, we come and PLN said, oh, well, this is the tariff we're offering you. And oh, the tariff, by the way, is in rupiah or whatever other reason that is, which made it not viable. So our strategy now with smart energy is actually not to deal with PLN at all, as in not to build a larger scale IPP, but to stay in the private sector. And this is what you can do with solar energy, because solar energy is a small scale power generation system that you can install on your house, on your business, on your factory, on your boat. Um, so that is allowed within limitations by law. So we simply now sell these systems directly to private businesses to help them reduce their own power demand by generating their own solar power. Until the market changes, and this has to change from the legislation, from the government side, to break up PLN or to enable or force them to accept more competition. The renewable energy on the IPP market in Indonesia is very, very tough not to crack.
Right. Thank you so much, Mark. Yeah. Let's move on to the next question. The second one, how have government policies and regulation affected your renewable energy projects? And what change do you think are needed to support the industry's growth?
Okay, so I touched on it already. As we know now, PLN is a direct government controlled entity. Now, it goes as far as PLN even acting against its own government stipulations. So here in Indonesia, we have two type of ways to create a law. We have a ministerial decree and we have a presidential decree. And of course, we have the constitution. Now, fairly recently, for example, the Ministry of Energy came out with a law to support solar energy by increasing the buyback tariff that PLN has to pay to consumers that install a solar energy system. This was probably not consulted with PLN. So PLN, as soon as this law came out, said, we don't like this law at all. We're going to stop buying solar power altogether. Wow. So here's a state-owned entity that is acting fully against government law. Who do you think won in the end? PLN. The new regulation that is coming out now basically stipulates that there is no more money paid or credited to consumers for any surplus power that is fed to PLN. So this is one of the examples where regulation that was well intended by the government, by the Ministry of Energy in this case, has simply not made it to the market thanks to PLN. Right? And I've seen this over the course of my 15 years in the sector in Indonesia over and over and over. PLN is basically skipping competition and they seem to always win. So What is needed looking forward? What would be needed to improve this outlook? It would simply, in my opinion, have to take a break up of PLN. PLN is simply too powerful in its current form. We need to separate power generation from transmission and from distribution and introduce competition into the market to break up the power, the political power that PLN has. Ultimately, what needs to happen is, especially now for renewables, the government needs to get serious about its climate targets. We had a renewable energy target by 2025, so it was recently actually reduced, not increased. We have a climate target of carbon neutrality that is very, very far in the future by 2060. So we clearly see that the government right now is actually not very motivated to reduce emissions or support energy, and that is also the reason why PLN is not fixing. So it's all top down at the end of the day. The government needs to take climate targets, implement tougher targets, and in effect, the last step, force PLN to help achieving these targets, or break up PLN and introduce competition into the electricity market.
Right, thank you so much, Mark, for your answer on this second question. We have like 5 minutes more, and let's move on to the third question. Which specific renewable technology or trend do you believe holds the most promise for Indonesia, and what steps is your company taking to pioneer its adoption?
Well, again, this is exactly the step we have been taking. Solar power is the one technology that you can implement in a small way. So which consumers, private people, can implement on their home, on their business, even if it's small business, on their office building, on their garage. No other form of renewable energy is scalable enough to bring it down to such a small scale to make it interesting or financially viable, even at a relatively low power rates. The other aspect that I'm very excited about, that is a real game changer in this space, are lithium batteries. So lithium-based batteries have become much more affordable, and this is really changing the game for solar power because now we can actually store our surplus power that we generate during the day and use it when we need it after sunset. Batteries have traditionally been uh, very expensive, not very reliable because they were a different type of technology, basically lead acid, which is conventional car battery. Lithium is changing the game because it is extremely reliable. It has a very, very long lifetime of 15 years plus. And now, thanks to Chinese mass deployment of the technology and Chinese government support for this technology, is becoming very affordable. So this is now enabling actually consumer to add batteries to their solar panels and become, if they wish, even fully grid independent. That is going to be a game changer in conjunction with electric vehicles that are entering the market. That is going to revolutionize the way an electrical grid is being operated. Your electric vehicle is a giant battery on wheels. Your solar system with your home battery system and the car can interact. You can use your car as an additional battery. Um, when you hit a blackout or when you need extra power, you can draw it from your car. The next day, when the sun shines, you can charge your car again from your solar system. This is something that is truly exciting and is going to change the way our whole power grid operates and the way a private person is using energy. Because this technology is now the potential to generate all your energy, not just the electricity for your home, but also your transport energy with solar. So it's
Okay,
an exciting time right now.
okay. Thank you so much, Mark, for your insightful explanation on answering my question about your experience on smart energy technology. We are immensely grateful, Mark, for sharing your time and insight with us today at our weekly inspirational speaker session. And also, if your schedule permits, we'd be delighted for you to stay for our vision and mission inspirational session. Or, however, should you have other commitments or schedule after the session, please feel free to leave at your convenience. Thank you so much, Mark.
All right.
Have a great
Thanks,
day.
guys. Be great. Have a good day.
Thank you
See you
so
soon.
much.
And for now, I will pass the session over to our CEO of Bukit Vista, Mr. Jing, who will share our vision and mission inspirational. Thank you. Sorry, sir, you're still on mute.
Muted, yeah. Thank you for catching me on that one. By the way, everybody, one of the recurring things is Mark and I are foreigners. You're all young Indonesians, and you have the power to actually fix what is deeply wrong in the energy situation across the country. If you've ever been on a highway and you wondered why so many people are still using internal combustion engines when there's plenty of solar power, and there's plenty of lithium in Indonesia. Indonesia is one of the world's largest producers of batteries. It is really disheartening to see that. And the main problem, as Mark pointed out, it's corruption. It's basically the PLN does not want to support renewable energies because that would give power back to the people again for how they would actually consume energy and it would make a better, cleaner world. Now, anyways, that's my soapbox. That's why I think Mark is pretty visionary, and I appreciate him coming here to shed some light on it. But the power is in your hands. Vote for clean power. Okay, anyway, off my soapbox and into the all hands. Let's go into it. Thank you very much. So let's get started here. Where am I? Today, I've got something actually kind of fun for everyone. It's a little bit of a new thing. So if it fails, please forgive me. If it works, then I don't know. You guys can probably say that I was visionary for getting it to work right. But let me go ahead and find the right screen here. I'll be able to start. Okay, how's everyone doing? Let's see. Marcel, how are you doing today?
Good. Pretty much. Yeah, very good.
Okay. Excellent. Marcel, you have a lot of new people here. I'm showing your new operations people how to make infused water, how to do some journalism. So it's really, really fun to actually see this progression. But I think we do need to get some of the base culture right, figure out where people are going to sit and such. So maybe you need a delegate here to get the operations people in the right operating space. All right. Mostly good news. I didn't find any bad news, even though I generally like looking for bad news this week. So let's go with the good news. The good news is that we're at 81.3. Show a round of applause for the teams that have made this possible. This is everyone, okay? So congratulations. This is very, very good. And also what's also very good is that we're getting more steady performance at 81.3. If you are not reacting to this good news, it probably means you either don't understand or you don't appreciate your work or your colleagues' work, because it is very, very difficult to get to this level of consistency. So please take a moment to just celebrate in your own way, show a little bit of enthusiasm so that the rest of the company knows that you feel pumped about this information, okay? This is really good. We are fluctuating less. We go down to higher. Our lows are much higher than before, and our highs are getting higher too. So this is a very, very good sign. This means the company is progressing. Number two, we began hosting university partners. This is a very proud moment in my life because I found one of our VPs, actually found a few of our VPs at UGM once upon a time. And now our VPs are now going out and finding the relationships with the universities again and developing adult relationships with esteemed university faculty and leaders of education. So congratulations. This is also a very good step. And I think it is an indication of growing maturity and leadership, which is awesome. So I took a look at the reviews, and the common thing that all guests say, I couldn't find any negative ones on 3-4 pages. So that's very good news. The common thing is responsiveness. That seems to be our strength. Responsiveness to guests, keep guests happy. So thank you to the engineers who are enabling fast responses. There's a lot of knowledge to keep track of, and it's very, very well appreciated. And thank you to the people who are on the front every day, making sure that guests are responded to. And thank you to the people working on the weekends, such as on Sunday and Saturday, also to make sure that this is running well. I know sometimes we don't have weekends. I know sometimes we don't have holidays. That's just the nature of the business of hospitality. But it's really happy to see that guests are appreciating this responsiveness. Okay. All right. Next, I'm going to start something fun. Okay. Recently, and the reason I'm doing this is because I feel a strong fear, actually. And this is happening because recently I traveled across Indonesia and I'm seeing this happen. If you look at the UNESCO World Heritage Site, you'll see that Indonesia has thousands of intangible culture. Things like batik, kris, wayang kulit, these things, jamu. Yeah. These things are gradually disappearing, if you haven't noticed. And they're being replaced by modernism. They're being replaced by the shopping mall, by H&M, by Uniqlo, by all this kind of modern consumption. So I asked myself whether or not I was responsible for some of this, and I certainly am. I realized that Bukit Vista is a very modern company. So just to make things a little bit fun today, I want to bring it back to an old tradition, okay? So this is my attempt at humor and creativity, and I hope you guys will support me and not laugh too much at me, but maybe laugh with me, okay? So we're going to bring wayang kulit back. Okay? All right, so this is a wayang kulit stage, all right? So I'm going to be a dagung. What is it, dagang or dagung? I forgot. What's the name?
Dalang.
Dalang. Okay, I need a lesson in this is where you can educate me. Okay, I'm ready to be a student by showing you what I know of Indonesian culture, which is almost nothing. Okay, all right, let's begin here. So here is Nanda. Let me bring Nanda onto the stage. Here we go. Nanda. Okay, Nanda is on a motorbike. Vroom, 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 vroom. And he's going to explore Canggu on his motorbike. Okay, and I'll give Nanda a voice. This is Nanda's voice. Okay, all right. This is let's just call him Made. Made. Made is a villa owner somewhere in Canggu. Okay, that's the setup. Everyone see it? Okay, we got Made on the left and Nanda on the right. Okay, let's set up a situation here. The situation I want to explore is our 5-step of persuasion. Okay, so give me a second to set up my screen so I can see everybody's reaction, which will probably be mostly laughing at me. But okay, hope everyone enjoys this first. Okay, all right, you guys ready? You guys ready? Good. Okay. All right. Here. You know what? I just won't look at you guys because the dalang. The dalang generally does not see his audience, so I will not see my audience too. If you are happy, then just be happy. If you're bored and annoyed, then just be bored and annoyed. Okay. All right. Here we go. Let's begin. So once upon a time, Nanda's riding around in Canggu. He's on his motorbike. Okay. Oh, check it out. There's a new villa there. Let me get off my motorbike. Go explore around. Hey, how's it going? Hi. Can I get your contact? I'm from Bukit Vista. We have 100 properties. Who are you? Go away. I have things to do. Oh, that's too bad. Okay, let me get back on my motorbike. Okay, get a vroom, vroom. Okay, I'm gone. Ha ha ha. I get to be a big ego Canggu owner. Okay, so that's probably the wrong way to do it. Let's say Nanda got some sales training from Jing, and Nanda comes back. So he's back on his motorbike. Vroom, 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 vroom. Ooh, villa. Ooh, maybe a person there. Let me get off my motorbike. Hi, I'm Nanda from Bukit Vista. We help owners get high returns on short-term rentals. Okay, quietly suspicious, thinking you're a tax collector or a building inspector. I'm not a tax collector. I'm not a building inspector. Ha 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 ha. Feeling quite relieved. I'm here today to offer you an invitation to the roundtable talk at our office this Tuesday and Thursday. Okay. Why should I come? Quietly wondering if this is going to be a waste of time. Well, okay, you should come because most owners feel strongly about gaining the greatest return in the shortest amount of time. Would that sound like something you could appreciate? What do you mean? Do you see any benefit from having a trusted professional network here? Who else will be there? Probably just a bunch of losers. Well, a lot of property owners have found a helpful community of like-minded owners, and they can network with local architects, developers, lawyers, and managers. Our distinguished guests have been VP of Gojek, local artist Carlos, and developers with over 10 million budget. Considering, maybe not losers. When's the next event? This Tuesday. Do you have any food allergies? Can I put you on the guest list? Easy way to contact you. Okay. See you then. Wow. Maybe I got lucky. This was pretty good. Bye, Mr. Owner. Boom. Okay. I feel big. Happy owner. I found Bukit Vista. Okay. All right. That's it. Anyway, what do you guys think? Interesting? Is that something new? Yes? No? Weird?
Cool, cool,
All
cool.
right. Okay. All right. So, in the interest, the reason I brought this back is this. I just started thinking about recently how this could actually be. Instead of keep on looking outside, maybe we can look inside for inspiration. And this goes back to the idea of what we were talking about before with AI. I think what AI has helped me do is now, instead of actually doing things that are laborious and drudgery, I can be more creative. I can think back on what is creativity mean, what are things that truly inspire us. And I encourage everybody to do the same. Develop your AI tools so that the boring stuff becomes really easy, so that you can look on your own culture, your own background. You can decide what it is that you really want to share with the people around you. Okay. All right. Let's go back to the heart of the kind of all hands again. So just for those that are relatively new here, let me just present this really quickly. This was last week's presentation, but I know we have a lot of new interns here, so let's go over it. Okay. So hopefully you can understand the mission of the company now if you are new here. This is to inspire delight through hospitality innovations. This is a hospitality innovation. It's meant for hospitality. It's an innovation on showing how we engage with partners, but it's also a piece of education that we can showcase to our employees. I don't think anyone has done this before, so this is something very new. Hopefully, at the end of an experience like this, you are positively transformed. You will look at your own culture a little bit differently. You'll look for inspiration, and you'll look for a way to connect it to practical business problems that we have, such that our users can benefit. Okay? All right. Last week, we talked about the needs of customers and such, but we did also talk about the various things that we have in this company, such as business plans and their net benefit. We talked about the actual features on our app, BVGo. It has a contract countdown, which is also beneficial to tracking return on investment. And we have Bigger in BVGo. And I realized the benefit of Bigger in BVGo is that it does inspirational branding. It gets us more 5-star reviews at a faster and very efficient pace by allowing automation and also scalability, which is great. We also have data science tools and data engineering tools that allow us to accurately predict pricing and offer, once again, a faster return on investment for our property partners. The community aspect is something that is very heartfelt and tangible. It feels very strong. And this is a community that is growing week by week, moment by moment. So this is what we believe is the future of Bali hospitality. We want all of you to help us achieve this particular vision. So it requires everyone to work together. We need clarity. We need to clarify the benefits to our investors. We need to all be aligned on that particular benefit, which is the greatest return in the shortest amount of time. Building that positive word of mouth is possible only if we can get a consistent message. So how can we inspire ourselves more? How can we have more moments like this and this? And I think it comes down to a particular idea, which I'll get to at the end. But let's talk about goals. The revenue goal is 3.3 million, 4.65 overall rating, and 5-star percentage 76%. We've actually downgraded the goal now, all right, so that we can hopefully attain a more modest goal, which is 2.167, 2,167,000. And this is from last October to this March, which is next month. And it'll be measured on April 5th. So 3 goals, we pay 4x bonuses, 2 goals, 3x bonuses, 1 goal, 2x bonuses, and bonuses will be calculated on the weighted average of your monthly individual bonuses, and bonus caps will apply to underperformance months and carry weight on the semester bonuses. Interns, 3 goals for 4, 2 goals for 2, 1 goal for 1. This also applies to interns from the previous semester. One last thing I want to leave you all to think about is curiosity overcoming your fear. Fear is a great inhibitor to innovation, to progress, to development, to trust, to everything. All right. And I realize a lot of this fear can be based on how do I look? What does my image feel like in front of everyone? All right. And so we've seen a lot of unsuccessful cases in that. So what I encourage everyone to do is be more curious than afraid. Like me today, right? I'm attempting to try to do wayang kulit, which I've never done before. Okay. Because I'm curious about it. I feel very drawn to the magic of it. I'm also been trying to understand why it's kind of boring, right? When I watch it. But hopefully today I've tried to integrate a story that makes it a little bit more fun and entertaining. And I overcame my fear of trying to be, I don't know, professional or strong or whatever it is by being a bit vulnerable there too as well. Okay, that's it. Let me hand it over back to the All Hands Committee.
Oh, okay, Mr. Jing, thank you so much for presenting the vision statement. Right now, I'm RD as moderator. We can move to hospitality and revenue target that will be presented by Kayla. Kayla?
Morning. I think this is the wrong presentation. Isn't this like last week? Okay, Karina, can you please help check the code link and click on the one attached on today's section?
Okay, I'm sorry, Kak. Please wait a minute.
It's okay, sir.
This would be a great wayang kulit opportunity. Moment of sheer panic. What do I do?
All good there? Okay. 10 seconds. Oops, okay. Okay, all right. Thank you, Karina. Good morning, everyone. Morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to, I believe, almost the last one of All Hands in February. Let's see how far we have come related to the hospitality and the revenue target we have achieved so far. This is actually the extensions of Mr. Jing's explanations. What he has presented before might be on the surface level, but in here we'll dig a bit deeper related to the things uncovered for the last couple of weeks. Right, moving on, Karina. We can skip directly to the accuracy part. The next 2 slides from this. Yep, after this one. All right. So fortunately, we have a couple of bumps up for some of our elements, but we also have a bit of decrease, so please kindly pay attention to this. So first one, this is related to the accuracy. We have gotten back to 82.8%. Congrats, Mas Gani, kindly help to maintain this, especially because we had 2 weeks of decrease. Next, we have the check-in. You look a bit nervous, Mas Gani. For check-in, we have also an increase 0.1%. We are at 83.4% at the moment. A slight bump up because previously we had a decrease of 0.5%, so not a bit of recovery in this part. Next, on the cleanliness, this is the bad news. This is actually the second week of decrease for cleanliness. Previously, we had 0.5% decrease. This week, we have 0.2% decrease. Wondering why? We're still at 76%. So just try to pump it up a bit. Next, on the communications, again, this is the second matrix with 2 weeks consecutive of decrease. We discovered a couple of things actually backing up these type of issues because the recent reviews we received were majority of it has the communication issue, which will be explained later. Next, we have the locations. This is a bit stable, but please note, once we have the stable, it means it's not really going up, right? But it can also actually mirror the fact that we had a decrease in couple of reviews, not that high to get it bump up. Last but not least, we have value. This is a positive increase from last week, 0.3%. We are at 78.4%. I believe the revenue side on this one is also a bit on track. So let's see first. And last one, let's see the overall quality. We have gone back to 3.2% increase for the 5-star rating. We're at 79.2%. So this is 0.4%, but we still have not get back the overall rating because previously we were at I think 0.6 for the overall. All right, let's take a look at contributors to the decrease in both the locations and cleanliness. But not only that, communication is pretty consistent on non-5-star. First, Karina, we can skip down 2 slides after this one. Next. Okay. These are a couple of reviews that we have received for the last 1 week, actually, so last 7 days, related to the cleanliness that needs enforcement, especially since these are our full board properties. We have a repetitive for kelimpahan kekayaan. It is actually a brand new property, so kindly please help us to improve on that part for the property manager side. We have Cloud Hills Camping, Plumeri Jineng, and this is the kelimpahan kekayaan. If we skip this slide, then we will also see some of the properties, not always full board. For example, Uwatu Village House, we have 3 consecutive bad reviews for the cleanliness and non-5 stars. And then we have Asri Village. The review is pretty good, but the over ratings are not. And also we have the Villa Tortoise here. What I'd like to mention is actually, if you take a look on the components on the overall ratings, you will see that hardly we have 5 stars on these type of reviews, and these are the consecutive reviews we receive. So one review after the other, it keeps on coming on this way. So please, I would like to encourage all the team for the full board properties. Let's get back on our feet fast on terms of this property that we manage, Villa Kelimpahan Kekayaan, especially since we have 2 consecutive bad reviews for these new properties. And for the GM and also CM to help enforce in the correct way for the properties such as Uluwatu Village House and Asri Village. Please offer the help if they have issues with doing it themselves, but we'll take enforcement if it's needed to make sure that this won't affect us in the long run, because the Airbnb reviews is basically our long-term investment. All right, next one. These are the reviews that actually could be disputed since it's against the review policy or has more facts. We have Cloud Hills Glamping, non-check-in, but they still leave the review. And Bird Hills, I believe some of the things mentioned there were already described on the listing. And also, this is Villa Kelimpahan Kekayaan. It's miscommunications. Again, so it's related to communication issue between the on-site team and our hosting. Let's try to do them first because it's really affecting our hospitality ratings, but not relevant. All right, this is just a reminder. Next one, Rin. If you hold a supervisory role, kindly ensure to once again correctly oversee the tools provided by the engineering team and report your observation regularly. We have Athena, Iris, we have Hermes, we have Gaia, basically everything possible provided by Mas Bayus and team. Let's see if we can actually optimize that first. And if you are a tutor working with newly developed tools, it's crucial to communicate your findings. Anything, especially related to the tools that we have just implemented, as simple as the batch 24, overprotection booking, and so on and so forth. Because as yesterday's discussion, we also found that it has a bit of highly supervision needed on that part before the tools make its own decisions. All right, that's all for the hospital. Let's look on the business target. On the revenue, as announced last, it's possibility that we won't. It's clear that we won't be able to achieve our semester target, but since it has not been announced yet, we still put it on this slide. So at the moment, we have achieved 1,972,000 US dollar. From the current target, 3,300,000, I would encourage Mr. Jing and Bella to basically make a decisions by today regarding the numbers, and we'd like to announce that. So next week we will be able to announce more relevant achievements related to the revenue side here. All right, we still have 40 days. Let's see what we can pull during those times, and I'll see you next. Thank you, Karina. Back to you, I believe. Who's today? Sorry, Karina ya?
Ardi, Kak.
Oh, sorry, Mas Ardi. Okay, thank you, Mas.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, thank you, Kak Kayla, for presenting hospitality and revenue target. Let's move out to weekly mission inspiration, Kak Karina. Okay, for weekly mission inspiration, let's start with guest mission inspiration that will bring up with Kak Tendi. Kak Tendi, floor is yours.
Okay, thank you. First, the innovation is celebrate Valentine's with our guests, and then the story is last week our Haka. Last week our Haka giving Valentine gift to our guests in Fulbur property, and then resulting 5-star review, and then spread love on the Valentine Day. I give the staff the freedom for the creativity of serving the gift, and then they made it so creatively. So yeah, I brought it there, and then some of the guests is happiness. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Kak Tendi. Let's move out to Kak Cynthia. Kak Cynthia, floor is yours. Kak Cynthia. Hello, Kak Cynthia.
Sorry, Kak Ardi. Cynthia is day off today.
Oh, okay. Okay. I will read for Kak Cynthia. Okay. The Kak Cynthia at Villa Kekayaan. Claire recently stay with us. Her experience took unexpected turn when she encountered the water issue upon check-in that persisted until the next day. Rather than letting it impact her stay negative, Claire promptly communicated the problem to us, and we worked diligently to address it. Despite the hiccup, Claire decided to check out early, and we offered to adjust the duration of her stay. Appreciate of our quick resolution. Claire happy, and she left positive experience in the review, highlighting our communication and effort ensured her comfort and communication and stay positive mindset, turning challenge into moment unexpected joy during her stay at Villa Kekayaan. Okay, that's from Kak Cynthia, and we move to employee mission inspiration that will bring up to Kak Selin. Kak Selin, floor is yours.
Okay, thank you. Just a quick one, like a follow-up from the previous announcement last Friday. So we are actually welcoming 10 interns for this MSIB batch 6. So smile and wave, guys, so that everyone here like in the room can see you. And yeah, let's get you like started and let's achieve our goals together. Yay. Thank you, and back to Ardi.
Okay, thank you, Kak Shelin. Okay, we have another one from Kak Dea Novita. Kak Dea Novita, floor is yours.
Okay, so we successfully conducting RTT in Jogja at 15 February and also 16 February. At the 15, we have a partner and also the hiring partner or the property
Oh, wow.
partner. So they came in the one session. And for the partner, we are discussing about the new Bifigo and Gaia product and understanding more about their needs. There are one concern we raised about our slow response times and from our hosting team. And this is highlighting a need for a better reporting on Gaia implementation success to address partner skepticism about hosting. So for the hiring at 15 February, we are a new capstone project and a fast track scholarship as innovative recruitment method. The traditional recruitment, like a workshop and webinar, need to be refreshed to stand out in the hiring process. And at the 19 meeting, at 16 meeting, like the picture, I'm already joined the RTT at 16, and we are successful to attach Innovative Academy and also the Mathematica department. They are having podcast at Tuesday for the collaboration, and also discussion is covered about necessity of revamping traditional recruitment methods. Okay, back to Kak Ardi.
Okay, thank you Kak Dea for bring up the employee mission inspiration, and we move out to technological innovation. Kak Felix will bring it up. Okay, Kak Felix, floor is yours.
Okay. Thanks, Ardi. So Atlas 2.8, we have deployed two new Atlas models, Atlas DNN, which is from me, and Atlas embedding DNN from Widya. Both are based on neural network. So the models used for prediction are picked randomly, and the limitation right now is one available blocks is limited to one model currently. So we couldn't implement multiple models prediction on one available blocks, unfortunately, right now. So what new model predicts the price directly instead of predicting the price change? So the revenue management team should expect occasional crazy predictions due to missing data and bad quality data. And also another achievement is the data quality fix for property coordinates. So it consists of latitude and longitude with new data, which is the distance to coastline being added and computed automatically. We would hope this feature would be useful for the new model to predict the correct price for a given property. Also, thank you to Mas Hafid for providing the correct coordinates data. What's next? Since we are blind on why the model gives such prediction for each case, we would need a model explainer. We had it before, however, due to infrastructure problems and deployment problems, it wasn't feasible to implement it on multiple models. Also, the new model would join the revenue leaderboard for monitoring purpose, and also we would do our own internal data audit and consult with experts to do data audit as well to get information of what we don't know and what we could improve on. So that's it. Thank you. Back to Ardi.
Okay, thank you so much, Kak Felix, for bringing up the Atlas at 2.8. Let's move on to Kak Vito. Kak Vito, floor is yours.
Okay, thank you, Ardi. So the innovation is Gaia weekly optimization. So lately, we received some reports by our users and we make an improvement based on those reports to optimize our tools. First, no more unnecessary writing. With this improvement, Gaia focused on immediate action and provide accurate answer based on available information. The second, optimize final answer with cleaner and more user-friendly interface, enhancing the overall efficiency of interaction. And the last one, enhance accuracy in property information, ensuring a more personalized and enjoyable experience for our user. Maybe that's all from me. Thank you, Ardi.
Okay, thank you so much, Kavito. Before we move out to CTTA, reminder the time is nearly time's up, so I need more time to 10 minutes, and so the next, please consider about the time. Okay, for the CTTA, we'll bring up from Kak Kayla. Kak Kayla,
Okay, thank you,
floor is yours.
Mas Ardi. Okay, let's take a look on the February target that we have set. Karina, can we move to the company team target and achievement? Or it's only lagging on my side. Okay. Yes, this one before we begin, actually, I would like to revise the announcement I had made on the semester target on the revenue side. I was mistaken. I forgot that Mr. Jing has announced the difference, the new revenue target set. And that's why actually Marcel reminded me that we have 4x instead of 5x. The details of the achievements would be later on be announced on Slack channel, so everyone who does not attend this meeting would also be able to see that. All right, what about the February target? So from 315,000 OK target, we have achieved around 93% of it. At the moment, we have achieved 463 in terms of revenue. For the 5-star percentage, we have achieved awesome target finally this month. Also on the overrating, we have achieved the OK target. However, this is a bit fluctuative, so different with revenue target, in which if we have achieved something, we won't be able to go back down. In terms of hospitality, it is actually still possible to get the score lower by the end of the month. So please stay tuned on this part. Take a look later on next week for the presentations. So what is our opportunity related to the revenue? I believe we also have interesting findings, since we are at the moment entering and still in the middle of the low season. Until now, we have 61% of occupancy, 14% of expertise, 3% maintenance, and 5% of owner usage. This is significantly increased 2% from last month, because usually we have a stable of 3% owner usage. If you'd like to take a dig deeper regarding which properties and what are they for, usually for the maintenance, it is for the lengthy ones, such as Kembang Kuning and Bingun Ombak. But for the personal usage made by owner, it is usually comes from the one that takes long-term bookings of their friends, but they use their own personal. For example, Istana Dalton or Istana Willy, Sonia and Frederick, our partners, which actually understandable and still in their rights, but still affecting our revenue side. Right, we still have 18% of availability, so hopefully we will be able to optimize that by the end of this month. Okay, let's see the ADFR on this week. If we scroll down a bit, the month average daily fill rate. Fortunately, we have achieved the minimum target for the first week. We have achieved the match for second week, and we are still in progress for the third week, but it shows a green light of achieving the minimum target. Hopefully, we'll still be on track in terms of revenue this month, and we'll make an update later on after we have set after the 5th week. All right, since we cannot go too long on this, I just would like to remind on the strategic milestones. We have updated most of the strategies related to the company target, basically. Karina, if you click on the monthly strategic, I'm not really sure whether at the the right left side, monthly strategic milestones on the bar. Yep, thank you, Karina. I think it's about time you start to dig deeper on that side too, maybe after this. Okay, we maintain a couple of strategies that we have set for the last 2 weeks, but we have new updates related to each of the strategies. I will not go down on each of the updates, but please note that we have made a couple of important decisions that will affect the hospitality and revenue, especially on the SDP, SUP, and ISP. If you'd like to take a look on each of the strategies updated here, kindly open the coda on your side and engage with the team or the leader appointed here for better clarity. All right, I believe that's all for my side. Thank you, Mas Arik.
Okay, thank you, Kak Kayla, for bringing up the CTTA and monthly strategic milestone. So we can move out to core value recognition. In core value recognition, we got we got Mr. Jinx for Mr. Jinx. Floor is yours.
Sure. Okay, let me recognize three people. First is Tigani. Tigani is taking very direct leadership in advancing AI capabilities across the team. So thank you very much, Gani. So every day, Gani is taking a look and thinking about how we can implement AI to simplify, to reduce the amount of drudgery, to increase the quality and creativity of what we do. I think that's great. So congratulations, Gani, on taking a very direct and decisive approach towards this. Next is Hafiz. Hafiz has also jumped on, and I see him upgrading his career by moving from execution up supervision up to knowledge management, which is great. This type of work is actually to help others help themselves. What he's doing is he's opening up space now for less experienced people coming into marketing, interns, people on BBW, to actually be able to benefit from the knowledge and experience he's accumulated. So that's very, very strategic, and it's also helping others to help themselves. The next person is, of course, Furkan. Furkan, I left him with a mission after I left Jogja to really take care of the university partners that we had been building relationships with and to put into place some of the upgrades that we had made in the Jogja base. We had spent quite a lot of money and resources in upgrading it, and I'm very happy to see that is being well used. So thank you very much as well. I didn't have time to write this, but I also want to recognize Tendi. Tendi, you're great. I think you're learning a lot about vision, about also the ability to extend and allow other people to develop their own visions with the Valentine's Day thing. So that is also very positive, okay? These are all, I think, good examples of leadership. They're good examples of how we should fully enable a larger group of people to positively transform. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Jinx, for the become nominator for Kak Hafiz, Kak Furkon, and Kak Gani. And let's move on to Kak Hafiz for Kak Agus Wenda. Kak Hafiz, floor is yours.
Yeah, I would like to recognize Vita. So yesterday, Bella reported to chapter awareness that there is a duplicated listing that created by someone else, and I just delegated to Veda, and he did the report the listing, and the listing is gone. And so
Well done.
I will recognize him. So good work, Veda.
Okay, thank you, Kak Hafiz. And let's move on to Kak Rehan. Kak Rehan, floor is yours.
Yeah, I want to recognize Matthew because we discussed about the AUM aspect, AUM thing in the last Monday URC meeting. And after the URC meeting, Matthew asked me and discussed further about the IUM. So, and actually during this is 1 month in BV, was not the first time, but he often invited discussion and also asked for guidance, ask question if he didn't understand. So I appreciate about the growth mindset and also high motivation of Matthew. Maybe that's all.
Okay, thank you, Kak Rehan. Okay, we move on to Kak Bayu. Kak Bayu, floor is yours. Halo, Kak Bayu. Okay, I will read for Kak Bayu. It's for Kak Kayla. Since yesterday, we have been overwhelmed by Kayla proactive action and coordination to solve the CODA documentation issue to make sure all of our ops documents are working back like usual. Okay, that's from Kak Bayu. Let's move out to Kak Nadia.
Okay, just real quick. So it's actually to Matthew. I would like to recognize him for being never settled and also high motivation. because he's able to grasp the work assigned to him fast, and also he's a quick learner and also high motivation. So yeah, thank you.
Okay, next to Kak Gani.
Okay, I want to recognize Rehan for growth mindset and high motivation because Rehan always approach me with wide range of high quality questions. His level of critical thinking and curiosity is above average, which encourage him to continue developing his growth mindset. Furthermore, he is deeply adaptable to his ability to learn from his surroundings. So, mantap Sam.
Okay, thank you Kak Gani for bring up the Karehan in core value recognition, and we move out to announcements. Then there is two announcements that will bring up from Kak Shelin. Kak Shelin, floor is yours.
Okay, thank you. Ardi, so two announcements for today. The first one is actually a reminder on the ES. I'll also remind the supervisors as well as the upper managers to actually like organize your team to actually like fill up the employee engagement survey. This is actually very important appeal to everyone. So this is where we listen to your concerns and we do something about it. So do make sure that your voices are heard. Yeah. So that one is by today at 4 p.m. with us. And another one is actually on income tax, guys. So especially for those of you who are like full-time or could be even like part-time employees. So all affected employees will send you guys an email by today on your bukti potong details. So basically a document for you to like report your yearly income tax. And after you have gotten your email, you can observe the link over there. That's basically the guideline on how you can do the reporting and how we will do the arrangement. So if you've been here since like 2022 or 2023, it's the arrangement is actually similar to the previous year. So just to recall your memories, you can just head back to the guideline, or if you have anything to ask, feel free to reach me out. So yeah, it's part of adulting, guys. So yeah, that's all. Thank you, and back to Ardi.
Okay, thank you Kak Shelin for the announcements, and we can see the time is at 10 p.m. at Indonesian Barat. So yeah, up for the yeah, the meeting is over. Okay, I forget. Okay. Oh
Ardi
yeah.
jangan gugup.
Okay. The all hands is over, and all of you can back to the activity, and don't forget to update and see the personal updates. And thank you everyone for coming to all hands meeting. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Ardi.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you, Mr. Jing. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone. Have a great week.
Thank you, everyone.